Oh yeah. Welcome back to Rich Words Music, everybody, where I'm at 42 Gear Street 6 at Henning Pauli's house, and I have the immense pleasure of being joined by a wonderful recurring guest, Krenar.
Hi.
Welcome back. And
thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for coming back. I mean, I bet my subs can't wait to hear a great player on my channel again after a break of 11 months or so. So it's time to bring you back. And what we're doing today is going through a kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, like a wild card sort of pedal board.
I think so. I think so. Yes.
This was provided by the fantastic Sweetwater from Indiana, USA, who are one of the sponsors of 42 Gear Street. And I think what they wanted to do was put together a board to kind of just confuse us as much as possible, maybe, or to make us experience new sounds.
Or maybe they just used some sort of randomizer and they came up with this.
Maybe they did, but one thing's for sure, both of us are kind of players where you might not expect us to be playing pedals like this, or to see us using pedals like this, apart from maybe the tuner. But there you go. So looking at this board from right to left as we look at it, we've got the Walrus Audio canvas tuner there with the beautiful 42GS6 logo and hashtag there. We've got the Lizard King by Electro Harmonix. We've got the JHS Hard Drive. We've got the Source Audio Artifakt and the Death by Audio Earthquaker Devices collab Time Shadows.
Death by Audio. That's a good name.
Yeah. And again, if people know Krenar and they know your smooth, jazzy, laid-back tones, something called Death by Audio is perhaps not a natural bedfellow for you. But maybe it's going to be absolutely perfect. We have very limited experience with these pedals. We don't know what these two here really do to a great extent. So what we're going to do now is just test them out, try them, make some sounds, and have some fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm all up for it.
Yeah. So we got a couple of very different guitars that we're using today. This is the Ibanez AZES. AZ Essentials 31 model with 3 single coil pickups. Very, very affordable, about $300. And this is?
And this is the Valiant Soothsayer. Also a Strat style guitar. The relic on it is gorgeous. And just, I think Valiant started doing more classic looking guitars recently.
They did, yeah.
And I really dig that. Like, this is perfect.
Yeah. And talking price points, this is about 300. Am I right in saying that that's maybe
3,000,
10 times the price or something like that? Yeah. So very much affordable guitar versus boutique guitar. And in terms of amplifier, we're going boutique as well, because we've got the Tube Workshop 2864S here, which is a fantastic sounding amplifier, and we're using it exclusively as a clean pedal platform for this. So you're plugged in at the moment. Let's go through the pedals in order, and I guess that means starting with the Lizard King, which is actually a fuzz that was conceived for bass players, but they do say for bass and beyond. So let's see what sounds we can get out of it.
All right, let's give it a shot. That's pretty fun.
That's a pretty mean sounding fuzz.
It is.
I really like the octave in it. I like the fact that it comes out more the higher up you go in terms of frets. And it was interesting how it cleaned up. Of course, you could use the blend knob on it to clean it up as well, because this being kind of conceived for bass players, it's got a blend knob, which the guitar version, which was the Lizard Queen, doesn't have. And obviously, with the blend all the way down, there is no fuzz in your signal. The more you turn it up, the more fuzz you've got. And I think when the blend is all the way up, it's just pure fuzz. Yeah. And the fuzz on this is fixed. So you can't have less fuzz. You can only have less fuzz in the signal. But the amount of fuzz that you've got is always the same.
Nice.
Yeah.
It sounds great. I mean, it is for bass, but to my ears, it sounds great on guitar.
I think there's a lot of bass pedals that you can use for guitar that sound good. Like, you know, big muffs, they all sound great on bass. And there's a lot of pedals that work the other way as well. Like you can use loads of standard guitar pedals for bass too. So, I mean, for anyone who's looking for something like this, try it out. You know, it's not necessarily just for bass players. It's decent. Let's hear how it sounds with, well, shall I try the pedal or shall you go through the whole board first?
No, you try the pedal.
Yeah, let's do it like this and we'll go through sort of in order.
There you go.
Now, what I would generally do with fuzz is like either sort of garage rocky stuff like Jack White or something, or like a wall of noise like, you know, Smashing Pumpkins or something like that, without going totally crazy. So let's just hear how some of that sounds. That's just like a massive big wall of noise that for me doesn't really work. Can you tweak it a little bit to try and make it just a little bit less kind of mad? And maybe bring the octave out a bit and that might work for this.
Yeah, I think the blend does a lot in this pedal.
Yeah, it's actually pretty useful for guitar players as well. But I think this is maybe not the kind of pedal that you'd be doing those sorts of chords with. I think most people would
maybe with the octave all the way down.
Yeah, let's try that riff. Yeah, I quite like that. It's very bassy, which I guess is to do with the voicing of this being a pedal for bass players. But yeah, it's a pretty nice sound. It's very much like destroyed speakers, amp on the edge of exploding, and I kind of like it. So that's the Lizard King. Let's move on to the hard drive, and again, we'll switch back to you. Now, this is a very new pedal at time of filming. This came out in July or something, 2024, and yeah, I have experience with this pedal. I've played one a bit, and it's an original, like, modern high-gain distortion pedal for JHS, the first time they've done one like that. And their late designer was working on it for about 7 or 8 years, I think. He sadly passed away, but it's finished now. And it's based on an old Ibanez pedal, the name of which escapes me right now. But in their video that they made for it, they put it up against a number of different sort of higher gain drive pedals, like a DS1, like a Rat, like a Marshall Shredmaster, and so on. And they get it to sound dead on. So it's an extremely versatile pedal. It's got 6 knobs on it, volume and drive, 3-band EQ, bass, middle, and treble. But there's also a mids frequency control. So like that controls like where the mids are that you're shifting in the tone. So you can get rid of the lower mids, the upper mids, or the mids, depending on what you want to do. So it should be able to do pretty much everything.
So much mids.
Yeah, exactly. So let's make some sounds, because I know high gain distortion is your thing.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. that's a tone that you personally would use or like yourself, but it's got a lot of oomph, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think you can use this for multiple types of things, not only like really high gain stuff. Like if we had the same tone and you dial it down just a little bit, you can have it in a pop song as well. You know?
Well, there is like loads of options with the drive knob itself. Like it doesn't do really kind of edge of breakup sort of stuff, because if you play with the drive all the way down, you got nothing, and then you bring it in.
Really versatile.
Yeah, I mean,
interesting.
You can hear that, like, once you get past 9 o'clock or whatever on the drive setting, it wants to go. It wants to do like heavier stuff. But it's, I mean, the kind of playing you were doing then, that actually sounded pretty good.
course. Of course.
That sounded really nice, didn't it? Look,
those were horrible sounds you made there.
I know. And this is what Sweetwater brought us.
We're just.
I mean, the Lizard King is like an octave thing?
For bass?
It's a bass fuzz.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I read about it. Well, it's for bass and beyond, but it is officially a bass.
And
That's why there's a blend on it.
The Artifakt makes things
We still
worse
haven't
than...
We haven't got there.
Oh, God!
It's a lo-fi pedal.
You haven't even gotten to the thing that makes things really shit.
Yeah.
But then the Time Shadows is a filter delay, and there's nothing better in the universe than a filter delay.
Well, I guess
You
we're going
say
to find
so.
out. Yeah. Can you put your favorite settings on it for us? Because we haven't touched it yet.
Well, then we're in the same boat.
Oh.
I put the pedal board together and then...
But you just said it was the best thing in the world.
Because it's a filter delay, so conceptually it should be the best thing in the world.
Okay.
Let's see what you got.
I got nothing. I'm checking on the team if they're dying in there or not, and then I go in the motherfucking pool.
Oh.
That's my plan. You are on your own. Subscribe to my channel.
Thank you,
And
sir.
thank you, Summer Cable.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking, right? No, seriously. Thank you, Summer Cable, for the amazing cables. As it says here on the thing, they're an invisible brand, and it's very difficult to advertise cables. But
See, look,
without cables,
you can't even see mine.
He needs a cable.
Yeah, I need a cable. But yeah, I actually thought, as Henning said, that was a horrible sound, but in a great way.
Yeah.
Like, did you grow up listening to any kind of grungy sort of stuff like Nirvana or like
I did.
like
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Like,
definitely.
Walls of
definitely.
noise can be amazing, and I thought that sounded fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm pleased with it.
I mean, if you're playing live and you do music like this, and like if you have this huge sound, the crowd is going to go crazy.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's about pleasing the audience. So make noise, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, then. Let's move on to the Artifakt. I'm kind of interested now. Like, so this is a lo-fi elements pedal.
You didn't try the JHS?
I didn't.
You should.
Give me that lead. Give me that lead. So for that kind of pedal, I love the Rat, right? So I love that kind of a sound, and that's the kind of sound I would try and get out of this pedal first.
Okay.
It's like, you know, just a dirty, filthy thing for rock and roll and stuff like that. But well, let's see if I can get it.
Sorry, I gotta go for your video.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because the door is that way. I've already had to bleep out half of your words, and I'm going to have to bleep out your bum as well. So, let's just carry on making noise.
Keep going up.
It's yeah. I mean,
you can use it for a song, definitely.
Indie, shoegaze, lo-fi, grunge, Smashing Pumpkins. It works.
And now throw on the Artifakt and destroy it.
Okay,
come on. Now, musically not very useful, but fun nonetheless.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'd like to be in that mosh pit.
That's people going crazy.
Yeah.
Like there's just noise happening, but emotionally, very involving.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Don't cut out my bum.
Okay.
I worked on this for years.
That's what's going to get used.
Yeah. Okay, so this Artifakt then.
Yes.
Lo-fi elements. We got a bunch of different modes on there. Radio, tape, reverb, crush, ladder, vinyl, glitch. Got different presets that we can save on the pedal and a bunch of different options in terms of making it sound different. Should we just kind of whistle?
Right, let's go to the first mode, I guess, which is, can't see from here, radio.
First mode is radio. So clean sound sounds like this. You know, did you ever listen to bands like Blink-182?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a lot of pop punk bands, they'll start songs like, off the top of my head, Reckless Abandon. It starts with like the sound of a guitar that sounds like it's been played on a radio at the other side of the room. That's what that is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's hear what you sound like playing the radio.
I remember writing a track.
Yeah.
For an Eventide, the Univibe pedal.
Yeah.
And I wanted the intro to be that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I had to do that in the DAW.
Yeah.
And you can do that with this pedal.
You can do that with this pedal. Yeah.
I don't remember how the song that I wrote kind of. No, I don't remember how it went, but I think.
I was going to say, did you write "Can't Stop" by the Red Hot Chili
Peppers? No, no, I don't remember it, but yeah.
That was all right. When turned back and used a bit more subtly, it sounded really vibey.
Yeah, it adds a nice effect to it. I mean, for basically, as you said, for intros for songs, for different kind of songs, that might be something.
And you know, like, have you ever, when you're working, do you ever put, you're cooking like boutique burgers, but like, me often, like, I'm sat at a laptop typing copy or whatever, and sometimes it's just like you put on, like, on YouTube, you can get like lo-fi hip-hop beats to work or whatever, and you get these super chilled instrumentals, and there's often guitars like this in the background, so that it would work for that. That's what I could imagine.
Like that. I think there was a vinyl setting as well.
Yeah, let's go through to that. I don't think we have time to look at all of these, unfortunately, in this video.
Let's go for the vinyl sound.
I want to skip to the tape first.
Okay.
No, let's do the vinyl first. Yeah, you're right. Okay. It's actually, that's an amazing effect. It's like, I got to say, it's one where I couldn't imagine, like, it would be a mainstay on a pedal board for gigs or whatever, but as a songwriting thing, as a creativity sparker, just listening to you play there, it made me want to noodle.
Yeah, imagine like
make stuff.
Having a nice, like, lo-fi drum track as well, having that, a vintage sounding bass, some sort of keyboard, you got a song.
Yeah. Exactly. That's pretty darn cool. All right, before we move on to the time shadows, let's just try the tape.
Yeah.
Play. Imagine the, noodling, making loops, making some kind of chilled instrumental. It would totally work,
That is usable.
It does sound like a destroyed old tape. So in that sense, I feel like Henning was slightly underselling the pedal by saying it sounds like shit. Because it's really fun.
You never know. All right.
So lo-fi elements. I'm really interested in that. I'd like to, and what I would really need to do is like spend 3 or 4 hours at home, just going through the different modes, twisting
figuring out what it does.
Because there are also, like look at, for example, the mod knob there.
Right.
You've got rate, depth, and shape just on that. And presumably like this is all, like everything is saved, so the knobs don't always do what you think they're going to do and stuff. And it's like, it's a complex pedal. And it would take hours to really work out what it's doing. But yeah.
Now it's perfectly in tune.
Yeah. very distorted now as well. It's like, that must be that destruct knob, right?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. We don't have any of these turned on, so where? Because like, listen to the clean tone. That's squeaky clean. That's pretty cool sounding.
It kind of sounds synthy. It sounds interesting. It's like a totally weird thing, but you'd need to spend a lot of time to work out what you're doing. And the cool thing is that there's obviously 4 presets there, so you can always have them on tap or whatever and bring up the sounds that you like.
Cool.
There's MIDI.
Nope.
But still.
No, it does have MIDI.
It does. Oh, there you go on this side. Yeah, perfect. So you've got all the options. You can probably save 128 presets and Bob's your uncle, as they say in England in the 19th century.
All right.
Yeah, cool. Time shadows. Now this
Death by Audio.
Death by Audio and Earthquaker, so we know it's not going to be a bog standard digital delay. It sounds a bit like this. So straight away for ambient stuff like that, it works.
I can see Tom from Elevated Jam Tracks write a backing track with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And there's presets on this as well, but I guess that's going to be saving the other options or whatever. Ah, look, there's 2 different modes on the pedal as well. There's like an Earthquaker Devices and a Death by Audio mode.
Ah.
Let me just do that same little sort of pad thing and you go through.
Yeah. Something
I have no idea, but I bet you can change that scale by twisting one of the knobs.
Could be.
Try it. That's one again where like I could imagine making like a 60s sci-fi TV show soundtrack with or something, but it's one where in a musical context it would take me a long time to work out how to use it. What about you? Well, let's find out.
I have no idea what I'm going to do with this one.
Just pulling the knob out.
Clean. What if I play a diminished chord? Is it going to cancel out?
actually sounds amazing. I can feel you getting inspired by that as
totally.
well, right? Yeah. Keep playing. I want to flick through the different presets. There are 6 on it, and we'll just hear what's in the pedal when you get it, yeah.
Not even a tuner can help us.
That was actually pretty amazing.
It sounded like we were summoning something. Like
it sounded like the end of the world.
Yeah.
We might go outside now and there's just smouldering ruins where Henning's event once was. Yeah, but we had fun doing it. That's the most important thing. And these 4 pedals, like, how would you sum them up? Like, what's your takeaway from what we've just done?
Listen, I mean, everything, like every pedal, we kind of discovered that they have a use in the real world. If you tame them, if you know how to use them. I mean, these are kind of like self-explanatory. They're high gain pedals. It's fine. We can deal with that. But these, I think you need some time to spend with them in order to get the best out of them. But there's definitely usable sounds in there.
Yeah.
I think we went into it with like the notion of probably they don't do anything for us, but we found some good sounds in them.
Yeah, exactly. And I totally agree with what you just said. Like, the Lizard King is a great octave fuzz pedal, nice and mean. It's going to be great for bass as well, I assume. The JHS Hard Drive is a great drive distortion pedal for many different uses. And those other 2 pedals, it's like the kind of thing where if you do go into a music store or something and you try them out, you probably in the first few seconds you get strange noises or weird diminished scales in the background and you're like, what on earth is this? But kind of read the manual, which you should always do, by the way.
There's probably a good manual for both of these.
Yeah, check out what the people from the brands are actually telling you in terms of info and spend a bit of time. And we got some great soundscapes, and that wall of noise at the end was just beautiful. Yeah.
Ended on a high note.
Yeah, it ended on all the notes, actually, but it was very, very good. Well, anyway, guys, I think we've run out of time, unfortunately. So, Krenar, thank you so much again for taking the time. Me. I've had an awful lot of fun, and hopefully we get to shoot some more videos in future. Thank you to you for watching, and I have to thank Henning, Paulie, and everybody involved in the running of and the sponsoring and everything related to 42 Gear Street, really. Hashtag 42GS6, and all the information will be down there. If you want to check out anything else, make sure you're subbed to Krenar if you haven't already. But I've been Rich for Rich Words Music, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.